At the edge of the world, in Vladivostok, where Europe fades into Asia and the Pacific whispers stories of distance and dreams.
Let's go.
You're a nice celebrity, you see?
Very nice.
Okay, hello everyone. I'm from Cambodia.
Our program is like a very intense. We get to practice. We get to learn not only the theory part but also the practical part.
Thousands of kilometers away from home, I met students chasing something bigger than borders.
Our group is here.
My name is Vishnu.
My name is Krishna.
What are you studying?
I'm studying medicine, second year.
Second year. What are you studying?
I am in fifth year, same medicine.
Medicine?
Yes.
What about you?
I'm Kamal. I'm just studying third year medicine.
From Indian future doctors studying general medicine, navigating a new language, a new culture, but holding on to one goal: to heal.
Hi guys, my name is Joshua. I'm in Far Eastern Federal University right now. I'm studying third year medicine, general medicine. So here in Russia, it's been 3 years after coming here. I feel like it's home, like a second home after coming from a very long way from India. It's like they adapted me to here. So it's like very calm here and like sometimes it's difficult, sometimes it's very easy. So as for now, I really enjoy this place. There's so much freedom here. Compared to my country, it's like you don't get judged here. So it's like very, very calm and very peaceful for me. There is no struggles ahead for me. If it comes, I can handle it, I guess. So it's like a very good place. It's good, such a good place.
Let's hear their stories on how and what actually brought them here to this far eastern part of Russia.
Myself, Shamli. I'm doing fifth year, and this is Uma.
Which part of India are you from?
I'm from South.
I'm Uma. I'm studying fifth year in School of
Medicine?
Yeah.
Is it that all of you are studying medicine?
Yeah.
Ah, medicine?
Yeah.
Is it better here than studying medicine in India?
It's cheaper.
Cheaper here?
Yes.
What about the facilities?
It's very good actually.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You're not regretting it?
No, I'm not regretting it.
What about you? Are you regretting your study here?
No, I'm very enjoying the study here.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes, it's very nice apart from... We are seeing many new friends, new culture. It's very new to us.
So what about the university? Is it a good university?
It's very nice university for this big and this vast. We had opportunity to study here and it's nice.
Yeah, like if their financial status is fine to study in India, like they can spend money in India. But if their financial status is low and they want to study a doctor, so they can come here and join and they can finish 6 years here and they can study and they can go back to India.
From Nigeria, stories of resilience of long journeys, tough choices and opportunity earned through scholarships from both governments, Russian and Nigerian. I'm Titus.
I'm Elijah.
I'm Tama.
I'm Marachi.
Precious.
Where are you from?
Of course, I'm from Nigeria, but specifically from Nigeria, I'm from Benue State. That's north central Nigeria, middle belt. Yeah, I'm from Benue, and yeah.
I'm from Plateau State in Nigeria too.
I'm from Enugu in Nigeria. Igbo girl.
Yeah, state of origin from Anambra State. Was born in Lagos, grew up in Lagos. Yeah. So how did I come to Russia? Wow, it was a long story. I met these agents He's also a student here in Russia, so he helps people to apply to study in Russia. So I met him online. We started talking. So I paid him because I told him I'm interested in studying in Russia because I was trying to go study in other countries, but I didn't get the visa. So I decided to try Russia because I was told that Russia does not have a proof of fund. You don't need to show proof of fund to come and study in Russia. Unlike Germany, that I needed to put some money in a block account, and I don't have up to 11,000 euros at the time. So I said, okay, let me try Russia. So I paid this agent for him to apply.
What did you pay him? How much did you pay him?
So the agreement was,
this amount.
Yeah, the agreement was 1.5 million naira.
Okay.
So it was first an initial payment of 500,000.
For you to get the visa?
For me to just get the invitation.
Okay.
I didn't even know what I was going into. I just know that, I just know that this guy says he's an agent, he applies. These agents now, the way they sell things, they will sell you this dream like, oh, he has applied for so and so people, this and that. So I was like, okay, I was living in Bahrain in the Middle East. So I came to Russia from Bahrain. So my visa would expire in May. My visa in Bahrain will expire in May. So I didn't want the company I was working for at the time to extend my visa for another 1 year again. So I applied during this December period because he was telling me that there is an intake during this December period, and I was stupid. I didn't know that there is nothing like December intake if you want to go and study in Russia. So I was like, urgent, okay. I said, okay, so that everything will be urgent. I paid him. So that was how the journey of coming to Russia started. Yeah, I'm studying international relations, undergrad, first year.
First year?
Yeah.
Just came in?
Yeah.
When did you arrive?
So I came in last year, June.
Okay. Me, na true scholarship where I enter.
Take us through the process, please.
Okay. I was just sitting in my room one day, and my friend called me. Amarachi, do you know where I am now? Say, I'm in Abuja. I'm applying for my visa to go to where? I said, she didn't tell me. She said she's coming to my house. Then she came, she told me about the place. Then I had an interview, a bank interview to work in Access Bank. So that day I was not like that interested. I was worried about my own interview. So she now told me, oh, I'm going next week. I didn't tell you a long time ago because I was preparing. Me, I did not mind safe. I wanted to go outside. We had dream. That's why she was telling me. We had dream of leaving. But now the problem is I got a job, a banking job. I was like, there's no need again to go anywhere. Let me just stay back. Then she forced me to apply the next year. I applied. I got the scholarship. I told my parents that they...
How did you apply for this scholarship?
Okay,
Same process.
She gave me the link to Open Door Scholarship. I applied. You put your.
You still have the link to this scholarship?
Yeah, of course. It starts every 1st September.
Okay, all right.
1st September of every year. And when it starts, you will apply. You put there is first stage, there is second stage, and if you're doing your PhD, there is third stage. But for masters and bachelors, there is first and second stage. It was 2022. It was very easy, but now it's a bit serious, too serious for my liking. So. And there's so many competitions. Small thing you do like this, if you just they hear small noise like this, they cancel your exam. Somebody was sleeping beside me the last time. That's how they cancelled it. But the first one, the light even went off. In Nigeria, it took it, and they brought light back, but still, it was easier then.
I mean, you are a Nigerian scholarship student or Russian scholarship student?
I will call it a Russian. The ministry was the one that gave me the scholarship. It was not Nigerian at all.
Did you have to pay any money to them?
No. Open Door, there's no application fee, there's nothing, you're not paying anything.
Okay.
You're only paying starting from when you have gotten the scholarship already. When you start legalizing your documents, you start going to the embassy, you start doing it, that's when you start doing spending money.
Okay.
Or some schools will ask you on time to start doing those things. But me, when they gave me Faithful gave me their own, I've already lost interest. Like, they gave me the scholarship in February. Then in March, I changed my bank to Union Bank. So the Union Bank, no, I think in March, I wrote another interview for Union Bank. So I went to Union to start working in May. Then I said, I'm no longer doing this thing.
So if I may ask, the process, okay, what was the requirement for applying to this open this thing?
If you're doing your master's, you have to be a graduate from the university. And then if you want to do your bachelor's, you have to be under 23, I think. Right?
Yeah, okay.
23 years age. Then if you're doing your master's, you have to be under 35.
So the question again, is there any particular program that they select students for?
They will just give you like many subjects. You can pick more than one subject that you think you are good at.
Choice, second choice, jump stuff, right?
No, it's not like that too. Inside those subjects, they have like clinical health, they have like, it's not like Jambo, because Jambo is just English, maths, and whatever rubbish they give you there. But this one, they will be like, this one is earth science, this one is language, Russian language and culture. This one is biotechnology. This one is clinical health. Then there's just how they divide it. And then when you can pick what you think your course is related to. If your course is related to these ones. Nowadays, when I came, it was easier. If you get anyone, you were coming. But nowadays, if you get it and it's not related to your course, your bachelor's, if you're doing masters, they might reject you. They might reject your decision in the embassy when you're applying for your visa.
Okay, now what are you studying? Last question from me.
Agric Economics and Extension.
Agric Economics.
Oh, that was my Agric Economics and Extension was my bachelor's. My master's is in psychological and pedagogical education.
You came here as a master student.
Okay. But I did my PACFAC first and then.
Yes, language. Language. Okay.
Oh, sorry, language.
PACFAC, who knows that? Thank you, my sister.
Okay, how I got to Russia was actually a long story and complicated. Also,
was it like through our program, similar program?
No, I'm here for bachelor's.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think in 2023, late 2023, my cousin, he was, I don't really know what he was into, but he was just like, we might not see him very soon, something like that. And then eventually the time reached and he was like, he's going to Russia. And all of us were like, how comes, like, where'd this come from? And he was just like, it's this particular agency or some, that's what he called it though, because I had no idea. And he was like, you have to apply for it before you can get the scholarship, and from there they're just going to work everything out for you and you might get lucky and you make it to Russia. And I, on the other hand, I was still like, I just finished my secondary school education and I was just like at home, not doing anything. And I didn't know how to go about it. So I was just like, can he put me through or maybe just give me hints on how to like go about it? And he was like, okay, his aunt, which is also like my aunt, but like very, very distant. And he was like, okay, I should like talk to her. Maybe she can help me with the process. And luckily she works with FSB. And she was the one that helped me with my process. Not really helped me though,
What's
but like
FSB, sorry?
Federal Scholarship Board in Nigeria, yes. So she was the one that like helped me with the process, although not like she gave me the scholarship, she just like put me through, do this, do that. So I just followed instructions and at the end of the day I got the scholarship, but I couldn't come the next year. That was like 2024, I couldn't come. And because that was like from government, Nigerian governments and everything, so I was like delayed for a year and I missed that scholarship. Then they were like, you guys have to reapply, which might not really work out. So it's like a 50-50 something. So I reapplied and luckily I got the scholarship again. But this time it would be more complicated because any mistake you make, you might not actually get it because it's like strong competition and everything. But I was just lucky enough. I followed all the instructions and after that I just got the scholarship and I'm here.
So what are you studying?
Medicine, but I'm still in language school for now.
Medicine, okay.
Yeah.
Did you pay any money to that agent before he, gave you the link or how to apply?
No, there was no agent. It was just like my cousin. Yeah, my cousin and my aunts.
That's good. You are still studying your language?
Yes.
How many months now already?
4 months. Getting to the 5. Yeah.
Ты понимаешь уже, да?
I don't know what that is.
Не понимаешь по-русски еще?
I don't know
Нет?
what that is.
Just asking if she understands.
You understand?
Oh, чуть-чуть.
Чуть-чуть, да? Понимаешь чуть-чуть, да? Хорошо, хорошо. Дай, пожалуйста.
Thank you, спасибо.
Пожалуйста. Давай, поехали.
All right, yeah. So my story of how I got to Russia, yeah. So yeah, my story is actually very long as well.
Make it short.
Yeah, yeah. I'll try to make it as short as possible. Yeah, it was in 2019, so I applied for the scholarship, which of course she talked about. That's the Federal Scholarship Board, FSB. I applied for it online, and I heard about it actually when I was still in high school. My dad had a friend whose son came to Russia to study on the scholarship, and so he already told me about the scholarship, and he said if you had up to 5 distinctions at least in your WAEC, you'd be able to get a scholarship to study here in Russia. So yeah, I prepared for it, and God helping me, I had all distinctions in my WAEC result, and then after that, I applied for it in 2018. Welcome. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, we're very young then, so just thinking all about books, and now lots of things are going on in person's life. Yeah. So I applied for it in 2018. Somehow, I don't know what happened. I couldn't get a scholarship. Then I applied again the next year, which was 2019. I applied online. You just have to fill in the information and everything. And yeah, I got an invitation to come take the exam in Abuja. So I traveled to Abuja. I took the exams, and then there was this day I was waiting. I was trying to get this 2-factor authentication on my phone for my Facebook account, and so they said I should wait for a code that will be sent to me shortly. So I was on my phone just waiting for an SMS to come in, and while I was waiting, a code came in. I mean, a message got in, so I wanted to quickly copy the code to paste because I thought it's a 2-factor authentication. When I checked, I saw a message. Congratulations, you've been nominated for the Russian government scholarship. I'm like, oh really? Yeah. So from there was a link. I had to update my information and everything. I did all of that. We were added to a WhatsApp group, and we're added to WhatsApp group. We're over 300 persons in that group, and then we're told that only 100 persons will be selected. And so from this 300, we knew that only 100 would make it to Russia. And now we've done all we could do. You've applied already, you've taken the test, you have nothing else to do. So it's all on them to make the selection.
The Nigerian...
The Federal Scholarship Board, that's under the Ministry of Education.
What was the criteria for this selection? They didn't specify.
They said we're going to send a list to the embassy, that's the Russian embassy in Nigeria, and they will select 100 students. Yeah.
Okay.
So
what are you studying?
Yeah, I'm studying medicine. Yeah, I'm studying medicine. I'm already in my 5th year now. I came to Russia finally in 2021. I was supposed to come in 2020. The borders were closed because of COVID. So I studied Russian language online for 1 year. And then after that, I came to Russia. And yeah, I've been here for 5 years already. Mm-hmm. Currently my 5th year. By God's grace, I'll be graduating next year, July.
Let's start from here again. Let's just make it fast.
Mm-hmm.
So far, 5 years in Russia now, right? How is your experience being a black guy living in Russia, studying in Russia? How is life? And if I may also add, have you experienced any form of racism from the Russians? Be sincere.
Yeah, honestly speaking, I think for me, I've had quite a good experience, and I understand that this is personal for everybody. Yeah, people have personal experiences. Yeah, but for me, I've, of course, not had the best of times, but I haven't had the worst of times either. I think generally it's been a good time in my studies, and I was able to get a few jobs. So I work once in a while, English teaching jobs, and there are some hustle here and there to get some money. And then about the Russians, I think Russians are generally welcoming people. They're nice people. Of course, they're quite closed. They wouldn't just walk up to you sometimes to start a conversation, but when you maybe try to initiate one, you realize that they're really open and they're actually waiting for you to maybe say something. Yeah, and then they get to start conversations with you. I think, of course, we know Russia is not an English-speaking country, so one's experience still largely depends on how good one gets with the Russian language. The better you have a grasp of the language, the more easier it will be for you to acclimatize and get to relate relate more with people. Yeah, about racism, I wouldn't say Russians are racist as well. I think there is just this honest curiosity out of ignorance. Yeah, like maybe people come up to you and ask questions, like questions that sometimes would seem stupid, and maybe if you're not careful, you think they're racist, but I think they really do not know. And yeah, I think there's a very big problem actually, how that in the current age and time, there's a lot of information on the internet, but yeah, you still hear questions about maybe having water or not, having clothes or not, are there cars in your country, do you have airports, and how are you able to fly, and all of these questions, which I think they're just out of ignorance. And yeah, generally, I think they appreciate the fact that there are black people around here, and yeah, like they always reach out to get to know how your experience have been, and they really want even more black people to be here because for them, they want people to love their country, and they're always happy to hear that you feel at home. Of course, there would always be such racial moments, but I think a majority of Russians are not racist. The only racist kind of experience I've had are from the Tans, that's the Uzbekistans, the Tajikistans, which of course they themselves are migrants in this country, but yeah, they actually act untoward towards other people, asking you some funny questions. And yeah, for me, I think that I wouldn't want to say this on camera, but the most ignorant set of people I've met actually, yeah, like their ignorance sometimes is very loud, and yeah, it's quite unfortunate. Yeah, so basically, yeah, for me, with Russians, I've had a really good experience. A Russian would see you, he wants to take a picture with you, he would come, hello, what's your name? I'm Ilya, I'm Andrei, can we take a picture? Which I think is very responsible, very formal, and very nice. Unlike these guys who just see you, you're walking, come behind, just grab you, and then there's a camera in your face. Exactly. And yeah, I'm like, that's so crude. Like, you don't do that. Yeah. So basically, I think, yeah, for the Russians, I really respect them, and yeah, I've had a good experience with them. I think for me, that's my experience.
Yeah. What about you? 4 months?
Yeah, 4 months. I think the experience for everyone is different, maybe like based on gender, because his experience is completely different from mine as a girl. So I think Russians in general, they're nice, but I don't really have many Russian friends because my school and maybe the floor I'm also staying in my building is mostly Indian, so I don't really get to relate with Russians. And the Indians, they're nice, and although they can just be like difficult sometimes, but they mostly keep to themselves, but when you need help, they're willing to help you out and everything. And same goes for the Russians too. But I think the only red flag in this whole like experience is when maybe you're like on the bus, and as a girl I usually like, I don't really know how to explain it, but like you get scared sometimes when you're just like moving alone because like you can't really.
Have you experienced any harassment so far?
Yes, I have, like men coming up to me and they're like taking photos without asking. Some of them like
they are also not Russians.
Oh, okay.
Your information. Those guys are
not Uzbekistan.
Tajikistan, these guys, they are not Russians.
Okay.
Most of them they are here because they are here with a visa. They don't even have, most of them have registration. They don't have documents.
Because you see, like some of them are just like on the bus and they're like, because they don't really go for your face, they go for like your body, and that's really very uncomfortable. Yeah, it is very, very creepy. And I think for racism, just a little, because I've been called the N-word several times here, but I don't really take it personally.
But little kids, right?
Yeah.
Like for talking about that N-word, right? You have to understand that for them, it's how they were taught in school. For them, it's not that they are abusing racially. It's how they identify blacks.
Okay.
The identity of blacks in schools. I was told, they said they knew black to be nigger. It doesn't mean their meaning of that. It doesn't apply to the Americans or others. Because they were not into slave trade or whatever. Russians were never.
Sometimes they call it chocolate.
Yeah.
Your experience so far?
It has been good. My teachers, my supervisor is sweet. The head of this thing is sweet.
Delicious.
Yeah.
Delicious.
The people I'm working with, they're also good. Like everybody, they
work.
Yeah, I work here.
You also work. Students are also allowed to work, have part-time jobs, isn't it?
100%, yes.
Okay.
During our pack, we didn't work. But when you are here, you are allowed, like, you are, as far as you're doing your masters, you have time. But bachelors also, they have limited time, and that's another thing. Yeah.
You are just coming now. Any experience so far?
I haven't, just a few experiences, but I would say it's not something major. It's not something significant. Like, maybe just an unfortunate encounter. But apart from that, yeah, it's been great.
All right. You guys have community here of blacks, right?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. Yeah.
Not blacks. Don't call us black. We are Africans.
Africans. Oh, I'm sorry, Amarachi. Nice to meet you. Take care.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I mean, conclusively, maybe let's end with this. What are your advice, or what advice would you give Nigerians who might be willing or eager to, to study here in Russia or to apply to Russia? What process would you give them, or advise them to go through? Is it through the agency or through the Russian part, or because we are having like 2 scholarships now, one scholarship from Nigeria, another scholarship from from Russia. So which one would you advise them to go through? Because you've told me like 2 years now Nigeria haven't paid you, you being a scholarship student. So I don't know how you are surviving though. So, but in any case, what would you advise? And also, if possible, are there private students here? Are there private Nigerian students here, or
There are a lot of private students.
private students? Okay, and what's the cost of study? And how many programs do they have in this school? Okay, just
All right, thank you. Yeah, I'm a student once again of the Far Eastern Federal University, and yeah, we have quite a lot of programs here. I think virtually every program we have medicine, engineering courses, accounting, international relations, and yeah, a wide range of courses. And we have both in English and Russian. So yeah, one can study either in the Russian program or in English. For medicine, I think it's about 250 to 300,000 rubles per session.
that's about approximately in dollars.
In dollars, I can.
3,000.
Yeah, I know in naira should be around. Well, the naira changed, but yeah, about 4 to 5 million naira thereabout. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, about 4 to 5 million naira thereabout. And yeah, that's about the tuition. That's about the tuition. Yeah, about the advice. Of course, Russia is a very good place to study. One, Russia has quite a cheap living expense. So yeah, you're not gonna spend so much. You heard rightly how he said. I'm on scholarship, the Nigerian government scholarship. Unfortunately, I mean, as we know with our country, just not trying to paint something good or bad, just stating things as they are. Yeah, we have a lot of problems, and unfortunately, the government is here to fix them. Yeah, I'm on scholarship, but we've not been paid for the past 2 years, and yeah, but one is still able to work, teach English, and from the stipends we get from the Russian government, it's actually enough to sustain at least.
How much are you getting from the Russian government?
Yeah, you get like maybe 3,000 rubles. If you have very good grades, you have an increased scholarship.
Monthly.
Yeah, per month. Yeah, you can get maybe up to 9,000. You can get up to 10,000. And yeah, like if you're an active student, you participate. For example, in my school, if you participate in a lot of school activities and you get certificates, you can use that to also apply. And yeah, the school is going to increase your scholarship as well. Yeah, your stipend. So yeah, what else should you know? Of course, Russia is a Russian-speaking country. It's Russia, so you have to get prepared to meet the language barrier. Yeah, and you have to learn the Russian language either online before you come or when you come. Of course, even if you learn online, when you come, you realize you know nothing. You still have to practice a lot. But the key to learning Russian is just practice as much as you can, speak often, and don't be scared of making mistakes. It all happens, yeah, but with time, you realize you're getting better. And then, yeah, generally, Russia is a very safe country. You can go out at any time, 2 a.m., 3 a.m., like you're guaranteed at least of safety to a great extent. And there are no issues. In my own personal experience, yeah, like I've gone out sometimes with friends and all of that. And yeah, like it's generally safe. So, yeah, I think Russia offers a very great choice, like a medium kind of expenditure where you don't pay, you don't have to break your bank to get an education. And yeah, you have quite a very good standard of living. And for example, I study at FEFU, and the university is really good, quite supportive. That's the Far Eastern Federal University. Yeah, that's my university, and yeah, it's
Located where?
in the Far East Russia. That's Vladivostok. Yeah, in Vladivostok, Far Eastern Russia. It's actually one of the leading federal universities here in the region, and we have a total of close to 3,500 students, international students. I mean, yeah, over 3,000 international students and over 20,000 students thereby, yeah, generally in the university. And yeah, we have really good infrastructure. The hostel accommodation is nice, and I think I've done enough PR for the university.
Yeah.
But-
I mean, it's something that you.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not trying to sugarcoat or
Yeah.
say something that's not there.
Uh-huh.
Is it, yeah?
Yeah, sure. So, yeah, when applying, of course, you can apply through agents, but of course, you have to be very careful because some agents can be deceptive. I think, actually, my own opinion, I think it's actually even very possible to apply directly to Russian universities, just that people are scared of the processes and are scared of making mistakes, and of course, the language barrier. You can actually write directly to the various universities, ask them tell them you want to apply, and they'll tell you everything necessary for you to send, all the documents needed, and then yeah, you get the documents necessary, and of course, they'll guide you through every step, and you'll be able to apply. Or you can maybe reach out to any student who's already studying here, and they can guide you through the process. That's if you want to bypass the agent. Of course, it's still going to be demanding because you have to put in lots of work, get lots of documents, but it's very possible to apply directly to the universities, and of course through open doors and through some other scholarship programs, and yeah, from there you would come to Russia. Russia is always open, the doors are open, and they're waiting for students to come study here.
So my last question: for you to come to Russia, like if for this invitation, do you have to pay a fee for invitation?
No, you don't. You do not pay any invitation fee once you apply. Your invitation will be sent to you so long as your admission was genuine. The Ministry of that's Immigration would send your invitation letter. It has a validity of about 90 days, which is 3 months. You go get your visa and everything, and then yeah, you can come to Russia.
I mean, so you don't need any block account. What else? I mean, is it proof of funds, things up? Also paying your fee.
Yeah, you can actually, for example, in FEFU here, you can actually pay by installments. So you can choose to pay, let's say, monthly, or you can choose to pay a certain amount. Yeah, break it down. Yeah, it's very possible. It's not compulsory to pay everything all at once. Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much, bro.
It's my pleasure.
I really appreciate it. Thank you. I believe this video will really help a lot of Nigerians who, looking for a way to escape from Nigeria. Like this is not an escape. This is a route for you to have a really good quality education. Myself speaking, I actually graduated from a Russian university. So right now I live in Germany. But I have my brothers and sisters that are still here. Hence I decided to link up. So I'm speaking from experience, first-hand experience. So it's not as if I don't know he's lying or everything he said. I knew it already, So I'm just like, let it come from him, since he's still in the system. So that's it, guys. So I will drop some links. I'll try to get the links from them and drop it on this video, so that anyone that is like willing to, looking for such opportunity can just click on the link and do the needful for yourself. Okay. All right. Until then, ciao. But this place, it's far from family, far from familiarities, and sometimes far from comfort. Yet, in this distance, they find connections. In struggle, they find strength. And in Vladivostok, they are building futures the world will one day feel.